buckle up because we're taking a wild ride back to the glorious hairspray fueled decade of the 1980s. So, you want to rock? Well, you came to the right place. A place filled with streetlights and people who never stop believing. So crank up the volume, tease that hair high, and get ready for Rock of Ages. Rock of Ages is a jukebox musical built around classic rock songs from the 1980s, especially from the famous glam metal bands of that decade. It was written by Chris DiOrenzo with music supervision, arrangements, and orchestrations by Ethan Pop. Now, it all started back in July of 2005 when Rock of Ages premiered at King King, a club on Hollywood Boulevard, later transferring to the Vanguard Hollywood in January of 2006. By October of 2008, the search was over as Rock of Ages took off Broadway by storm, opening at New World Stages. Kelly Devine was brought on as the new choreographer, and Ethan Pop was brought in to music supervise, as well as create new arrangements and orchestrations for the production. After the success off Broadway, it was time for Rock of Ages to hit Broadway with its best shot. Opening in April 2009 at the Brooks Atkinson Theater and transferring to the Helen Hayes Theater in March of 2011, Rock of Ages had a total run of 2,328 performances. The cast starred sixth-place finalist on the fourth season of American Idol, Konstantin Maroulis, actress, singer, and dancer Amy Spanger, co-creator and performer of the undie rock band The Skivvies, Lauren Molina, VH1's so notorious actor James Carpinello, and Canadian stage, film, and television actor Paul Scheffler. Not only did the show's band have significant stage time compared to other musicals bands and orchestra members, but the band dressed in typical metalhead costumes, fitting with their dual role of Stacy's backup band and the fact that they were always present on stage during the entire production. Rock of Ages employed two original band members, Joel Hoekstra, who was a former member of the hard rock band Night Ranger and current member of the English hard rock band Whitesnake, as well as Tommy Kessler, a current band member of American rock band Blondie. Now, in August of 2011, the production begged UK audiences to come on and feel the noise. So, opening at the Shaftesbury Theatre and later transferring to the Garrick Theatre, Rock of Ages would conclude its two-year West End run. The cast starred British musical theatre actor Oliver Tomsett, Legends of Tomorrow actress Amy Pemberton, British musical theatre actor Simon Lipkin, and winner of the second series of The X Factor, Shane Ward. Following its West End closure, the musical began a national tour of both the UK and Ireland beginning in 2014 and lasting until August of 2019. The tour made stops at the Palace Theatre in Manchester, the New Theatre in Wimbledon, a few shows in Sunderland, and finally ending its run in Leeds. As for American audiences, the show would tour beginning in 2010 at the Bank of America Theatre in Chicago, then on to the National Theatre in Washington, with stops continuing in Providence, Rhode Island, Austin, Texas, and 60 additional venues in cities across the U.S. At the National Tour's 2012 stop in Austin, critic Jeff Davis of BroadwayWorld.com gave the show a glowing review, calling it the funniest and often filthiest jukebox musical. Gave high praise to the entire cast, saying, in addition to a stellar cast of principals, Rock of Ages features one of the hardest working ensembles that I've ever seen. They have more energy than a cokehead groupie, and they clearly have fun as they belt out rock standards, making the 6-year-old show still feel fresh and new. Well, you know what they say, folks, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. And by April of 2011, Australian audiences were given a special treat when the production made its debut at the Comedy Theatre in Melbourne, later transferring to the Lyric Theatre in Brisbane, where it played its final performance in December of 2011. The Australian cast starred band member of the Australian pop rock band End of Fashion, Justin Burford, and Australian musical theatre actor Michael Falzon. Now, Rock of Ages may have been born for the stage. However, in June of 2012, the musical would make its history on film, when Rock of Ages would open in theaters across the world, starring three-time Golden Globe winner Tom Cruise as the infamous Stacey Jacks, the queen of R&B, hip hop, and soul, Mary J. Blige, two-time Dancing with the Stars winner Julianne Hough, three-time Primetime Emmy Award winner Alec Baldwin, and welcoming Mexican actor, singer, and producer in his film debut, Diego Boneta. If one wants to say they built a certain city on rock and roll, then it would only be fitting to open the production in a city where it's nothing but a good time. I'm talking about Las Vegas. Now, I'm not just talking about any venue in the Sin City. No, Rock of Ages needed a venue that could hold such a show and would also allow them to recreate the famous Bourbon Room right on the casino floor. Well, the production would open in all its rock and roll glory at the Venetian, with a surprise flash mob deployed at the grand opening as the Venetian's CEO, John Caparella, announced that the Rock of Ages would be the Venetian's new musical residency. The cast starred singer-songwriter and recording artist Justin Mortaletti and former Days of Our Lives soap actor Kyle Lowder. And yes, you heard it right. The Venetian did feature an actual full-scale replica of the famous Bourbon Room, complete with 1980s music videos hosted by VJ Marvelous Mark and professional Vegas dancers known simply as the Bourbon Babes. The show would close in January of 2016, running for a total of 4 years and leaving its mark on the Sin City complete with tons of shot glasses, bras, panties, and a few phone numbers of hopefuls written on bathroom stalls. In 2019, it was announced that Rock of Ages would celebrate its 10th anniversary by going on a North American tour in the US and Canada for the first time since 2011. But not before the musical would undergo its first off-Broadway revival. The musical still wanted to rock before its final countdown, so in June of 2019, audiences were treated to a new production opening at New World Stages. Originally slated for a 16-week run, the show actually became open-ended due to an ever-growing influx of ticket sales. Well, as they say, every rose has its thorn, and well, the success of the brand new production would change in March of 2020, when the musical, along with many others, would suspend performances due to COVID-19. Ultimately, Rock of Ages was wanted dead or alive, and chose its fate in June of 2021, when the show would permanently close its doors forever. Well, folks, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button so you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling inspired, head over to our social media page and share your love for Rock of Ages. Link is in the description below. Until next time, keep on rocking and don't stop believing, because in the heat of the moment, you can't fight that feeling any longer.